Developing news tonight from Minnesota, where federal authorities have taken the unprecedented step of freezing childcare assistance funding to the state. This move follows the release of footage that has reignited a national conversation regarding the integrity of taxpayer-funded programs. This development is significant as it affects the flow of millions of dollars in federal grants and has direct implications for childcare oversight across the country. The situation surfaced after an independent reporter visited several licensed daycare centers in the Minneapolis area. In one exchange, a woman identifying herself as a facility operator was questioned about the absence of children on the premises and asked to provide proof of active enrollment. The individual declined to provide documentation, citing her rights as a U.S. citizen and private property owner. While the footage captured a specific moment of tension, it has become a flashpoint for a much larger federal inquiry. The Department of Health and Human Services and the FBI are now reviewing these locations to determine if services being billed to the government are actually being provided. This story sits against a backdrop of deep concern in Minnesota, following the Feeding Our Future case, which federal prosecutors described as one of the largest pandemic-related fraud schemes in U.S. history. That case involved the misappropriation of hundreds of millions of dollars intended for children's meals. For many viewers, the current scrutiny of daycare centers is seen as a continuation of those oversight challenges. National attention is high because the programs in question are funded through the Childcare Assistance Program, a federal-state partnership designed to help low-income working families afford quality care. At the center of this issue is the Defend the Spend system, a policy recently highlighted by federal officials. Under these regulations, states must provide specific justifications, often including receipts or photographic evidence, before federal funds are released. In Minnesota, the state's Department of Children, Youth and Families has maintained that regular inspections have been conducted and that previous reviews did not find evidence of criminal activity at the specific sites in the video. However, the federal government's decision to pause payments indicates a shift toward a verify-first approach, placing the burden of proof on state regulators to ensure every dollar is accounted for. As this investigation moves forward, there are several key developments to watch. First, the results of the comprehensive audits demanded by federal health officials will determine if these specific daycare centers remain eligible for funding. Second, observers are looking to see how these freezes will affect families who rely on these subsidies for their daily childcare needs. Finally, the House Oversight Committee has indicated it may hold hearings to examine the broader issue of program integrity in state-administered federal programs. The situation remains fluid as investigators continue their work on the ground in Minneapolis.